Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that our guests please find their way to their tables at this time. How's that? She got it. She's on it. So we ask you, please find your seats at this time. Everyone knows where their table is. We'd like to start our program in just a few moments.
Thank you so much.
It says on the chart, Lotto Noto. It says on the chart, Lotto Noto. It says go very fast. Go very
Sure,
fast.
absolutely.
Tommy.
Let's do grooving. I'll sing a little bit.
I thought she said go away.
I think she told us to do one
She
more.
said go away.
She said
Why do you do that?
Well, I just want to come back to start. All right, we'll do one more for you so we can get our bar stragglers in their seats.
Sunday afternoon, really couldn't get away too soon. Can't imagine anything that's better. The world is ours whenever we're together. Any place I like to be is there moving on a crowded avenue.
There's the Seventh Cartel.
Doing anything Suzette wants to do.
Anything Suzette wants to do.
There's always lots of things that we can see. Can't be anything we want to. Always happy people we could meet just grooving on this lovely afternoon. Really couldn't get away too soon. Oh no, no, no. Yeah. We keep spending sunny days this way. We're going talking like a summer. Feel it coming closer day by day. Life would be ecstasy, you and me endlessly grooving, grooving along on this lovely afternoon. Really couldn't get away too soon. Hey, little Billy. Well, now we keep on spending sunny days this way. Talking like time away. Feel it coming closer day by day. Life would be ecstasy, you and me endlessly grooving, grooving along on a Sunday afternoon. Really couldn't get away too soon. Oh no, no, no. Grooving, 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 baby, grooving.
Thanks so much.
Yes? Okay.
I've been on for an hour and 15. We should take a look at it.
Yep.
We're good? Put some iPad on.
Okay. If I could have everybody's attention, please. We'd like to get the evening started. Welcome. Isn't it great to be here, to be dressed up, to be out for a great cause tonight for Fairview? Give yourselves a round of applause for coming. Feels good to see old faces. Feels good to be out. My name is Lisa Carberg. I'm your MC for the evening. I am thrilled and honored to be here. Fairview has a special place in my heart. Fairview took wonderful care of both of my grandmothers in their final times, and really spent a lot of time there. Wonderful care, wonderful people. So thrilled when they asked me to do this. I worked at NBC Connecticut for 17 years as a newscaster, and I work at WTNH Channel 8 right now. I anchor the noon news. I fill in for Ann Nyberg, and I do medical reporting. I'm an Old Saybrook native, and I just lived in Mystic for 20 years and moved back to Old Saybrook. So thanks for having me tonight, and welcome. We'd like to get our program started. Thank you, Suzette, my biggest cheerleaders in the red right there. We'd like to get started with the Silver Dolphins. If the Silver Dolphins are ready, we would like to invite them to come up to kick off our program tonight. I'd like to remind you, this is an event where you can keep your phone out and be on your phone, because we want you sharing this on social media and tagging Fairview. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, it's not rude to be on your phone, because that helps us get the publicity out and get the need that Fairview has out there to the public. So we invite you, as well as bidding. I'll go over some procedural things in a little bit, but right now, let's give our attention to the Silver Dolphins to start the evening off.
Carry. Color. Ready. Cut. Forward. Mark.
Thank you, gentlemen, for that presentation. And I'd like to take a moment of silence right now to remember those lives lost due to COVID and in recognition of the 20th anniversary of September 11th. If we could look at the beautiful American flag and just have a moment of silence. All right, now we'll get our evening presentation started. You may all have a seat. Thank you to the Silver Dolphins for the presentation of the flag. Formalities. A couple of housekeeping things. The auction and the raffle tickets are still open. Please keep your phones handy. If you would like to bid on something or buy something, raise your hand. Volunteers will come to your table and help you purchase that or help you use your phone to participate in tonight's giving. It's no problem. We can help you through it. Page 9 of your program, if you look at page 9, also has procedural information that can help you on how to bid and how to give with your phone. Cash is other payments are accepted also, but that's an easy way. All right, it is now my honor to introduce someone very special this evening, the Executive Director of Fairview, Billy Nelson.
One up here for you and one for me. Okay, good evening and welcome. Thank you for supporting Inspired Lives, a gala to benefit Fairview. Maya Angelou, the former civil rights activist, was quoted as once saying, "She learned that people will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel." Our goal is for each of you tonight to feel something positive that you will never forget as it pertains to Fairview. Fairview has been owned and operated by the Oddfellows since 1892. The Oddfellows are a fraternal organization that dates all the way back to the 1700s in England. Our core beliefs as members of this philanthropic group are expressed in the key elements of friendship, love, and truth. For over 100 years, these beliefs have been the foundation of Fairview's organizational DNA, and we intend that to be true for the next 100 years. What makes Fairview so special is not our buildings or our physical structures. I'm waiting for a groan from a Menta Emma architect firm's table. I don't know where they are, but sorry. What's really important about Fairview is the people. But they sure have had a positive contribution as well, haven't they? Not only our people, it's our vibe, it's our culture, it's our commitment to inspiring individuals to live their best lives. I'd like to introduce two of our board presidents, I believe, who are here this evening. I saw one, I did not see the other. So if I could ask Edie Kalin, president of the Oddfellows Home of Connecticut, to briefly stand. And is Steve Jeffrey here this evening as well? Okay, Steve did not make it. Steve's the president of Oddfellows Healthcare, Inc. And so please, a round of applause for Edie Kalin. The support of our board presidents and our entire board these past 18 months during this pandemic has just been remarkable and greatly appreciated by all of us at the leadership team at Fairview. In Connecticut alone, there are several lodges who are representative of the Oddfellows and the Rebeccas, and we appreciate each of them for their generosity and their support of Fairview. However, there's one lodge in particular who deserves some special recognition this evening, And I would like to thank the members of the Stonington Lodge of the Oddfellows for their generous donation of $20,000, which really gave us the confidence and the belief early on in the planning stage that this was going to be the best gala that Fairview ever put forth. And I would like to please ask Joe Pierpoli, the Noble Grand of the Stonington Lodge, and all members of the Stonington Lodge to please stand so we could give you a nice round of applause. Thank you. There's a few other individuals who I'd like to provide recognition to as well this evening, and since our organization dates back to 1892, we're going to be here for a while. The first one who I'd like to bring attention to is our former CEO of Fairview, Mr. Jim Malloy, who was the visionary who developed a plan to transform Fairview from a nursing home with rental apartments into a dynamic senior living community. His vision is still making a very positive impact on the organization today. So Mr. Malloy, I saw you. If you could please stand for a round of applause. I'd also like to bring attention to our former Director of Nursing who's with us this evening, Mrs. Deb Morgan, who was so very dedicated to Fairview for 16 years while she was the leader of our nursing department. Deb has remained to this day a supporter of Fairview, and I saw her here this evening, and I'd like Deb to please stand for a nice round of applause as well. The next two individuals I won't ask to stand because they're going to be up here at the podium in a few moments, but I'd like to welcome this evening's two recipients of tonight's Fairview Medal, former CEO James Rosenman and State Senator Heather Summers. Of course, our business partners whose generosity has made this evening possible, thank you so much for everything you do. It's great to call you partners of Fairview. I'd ask everyone to please familiarize yourself with these individuals and these great corporations. They're listed throughout our program, and the reality is we wouldn't be here tonight without them, so thank you. I'd like to welcome and offer a special thanks to our first responders who are with us this evening as we commemorate the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks on our country. We also want to thank them for their bravery during the COVID-19 pandemic. These first responders serve as the vital link that connects the entire healthcare industry together, and they also connect the public at large with us in the healthcare industry. They are role models and they're heroes, and they're to be commended by all of us. Thank you. Most importantly, perhaps I would like to thank our approximate 200 employees who work for this great organization. They strive to ensure that each resident of Fairview has a positive feeling associated with their touch point. These are the helpers who are our healthcare heroes. They come to work during tropical storms and hurricanes, blizzards, and pandemics. And they do it with grace and compassion. They take care of our residents when they could be at home taking care of their own family members. They celebrate birthdays and holidays with our residents instead of celebrating birthdays and holidays with their family members. Their self-sacrificing nature is amazing. We have seen it on display all across this great country of ours during the pandemic, and it's just been wonderful to see healthcare professionals receive the recognition that they deserve. And ours at Fairview, in my opinion, are the best, of course. So how about a round of applause for them? And finally, a special thanks to our friends, the Mashantucket Pequots, for permitting us to use this beautiful museum for tonight's event. Let us never forget the rich history that Native Americans have here in North America. And if you have not yet had the opportunity, I would encourage you to please pay a visit to this museum. I think you would find it both educational and enlightening. I will now transition the podium back over to this evening's MC, Lisa Carberg from WTNH TV News out of New Haven, Connecticut, who will make our first award presentation of the evening.
Thank you, Billy. We'd like to honor some first responders now. We've been talking about them, but before we do that, we'd like to ask any present or previous first responders in the room to please stand. We'd like to give you a round of applause. First responders. Thank you. All right, now we would like to honor some first responders. I'd like to invite them one at a time to come up and get their awards. First, we have American Ambulance. Oh. Wait, we're doing a video first. I'm sorry, girls. I haven't done this in 2 years, truth be told.
Good evening. My name is Greg Allard, the Vice President of American Ambulance Service. On behalf of the American Ambulance team members, I would like to thank Fairview for tonight's recognition. We're grateful to be included with the other 4 Community Partner Award recipients tonight. Even though we're 5 different organizations, we share a very important commonality in that we're all first responders. I would also like to take a moment to honor and remember all those affected by the tragic events that unfolded on September 11th, 20 years ago. American Ambulance is very proud of the fact that we sent 3 teams of 3 in ambulances to New York City on that day. In closing, I'll say that I'm very confident our team will also appreciate this recognition. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Robert Tompkins. I'm the Chief of the City Groton Fire Department. And on behalf of myself and my staff, I'd like to say thank you. To receive this award from Fairview is very special to us. As you can imagine, all of us are very concerned helping other people. All of our firefighters not only work here, they also volunteer at home. They volunteer for their churches, they volunteer as youth coaches, they volunteer in their fire departments. And it's very near and dear to their heart to help people. Again, at this time, I'd like to thank you very much for this great honor.
Hello, I'm Chief L.J. Fazaro of the Town of Groton Police Department. And on behalf of our officers, dispatchers, animal control officers, and civilian staff, I want to say thank you for the Fairview Community Partners Award. Certainly our people are out in the community every day. They're doing all sorts of great work during very trying times. As we all know, we've endured this pandemic, and our police officers and dispatchers have been working exceptionally hard under these conditions. I'm glad that we're a part of this community, and I know they take pride in the efforts that they put forth every day. So thank you on behalf of all of us for this most appreciated recognition, and please know that we're there for you whenever you need us.
At Lawrence Memorial Hospital, we are committed to innovation and excellence in patient care, teaching, research, and service to our communities. Throughout this past year, I have been inspired by the resilience and fortitude of our staff as they take care of our patients and families, perhaps including some of your own families, with the greatest of care during a year like no other. We are deeply grateful to our community. Without a doubt, we feel your support, and we want you to know how meaningful that is to all of us. We remain steadfast in our commitment to helping our community neighbors live their best lives by being your partner on the journey to better health.
And Town of Groton Police Department. Thank you to you all for the work you do and the support that you give to Fairview and your communities. And I will now hand it back over to Billy for a very special presentation.
Okay, before we introduce tonight's Fairview Medal recipients, let's recognize all of our past recipients first. So if we have any members of the audience who are past recipients of the Fairview Medal, if you would please stand for a round of applause. Their dedication and their service to this great organization did not begin the night that they won the medal, and it certainly didn't end the night they won the medal either. And so thank you to all of our past Fairview Medal recipients. In my opening comments, I mentioned former CEO Jim Malloy as being the visionary who developed a plan which would transform Fairview. Our first medal recipient goes to his successor and former CEO, James Rosenman, who served at Fairview for 7 years, from 2011 through 2018. James was responsible for the execution strategy of that plan, which began the transformation of Fairview's campus. James oversaw the building and construction of Grill 92 and the independent living cottages at Thames Edge, while uniting the campus under the licensure of a continuous care retirement community. A new blueprint was established under James's leadership, one which has benefited this organization in a very significant manner. Our current leadership team is working on the next strategic plan, which will build upon his efforts so that future generations will have the privilege of calling Fairview their home. I want to personally thank James for the impact his leadership had on this organization, and it is now my privilege and honor to welcome James Rosenman, Fairview Medal recipient for 2021, to the podium.
Sandra and the team told me to keep this very brief, so I will do that. But I first of all, it's an honor, pleasure and honor to be here. Billy, thank you for the nice warm introduction. I was at Fairview from 2012 to 2019, and it was one of the honors of my life to be able to lead the organization during that time. We, as Billy referenced, we had a lot of changes and in addition to the construction and everything else that went on with Fame's Edge and the grill and everything, we really worked to transform the organization, and I know that you and the team are continuing to build upon that, and we'll continue to see great success with that. So, but like I said, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to receive the medal. I love Fairview, and it's great to see so many familiar faces out there tonight, and I look forward to, if I haven't seen you yet, to say hello and catch up. So I will say one last thing. I know we did this before with the 9/11 tribute. Outside of my window, I can see New York City. I moved to New York since, and tomorrow being September 11th is certainly a somber occasion, an important occasion. So I also want to dedicate this time and acknowledge the many victims of the 9/11 attacks, not just in the World Trade Center, but also on the airplanes, the families that have had to move on after that, and so many others who were affected by that terrorist attack. So this is a wonderful event, and the team's done a great job. Acknowledgement to everybody for doing such a wonderful job. And now I'm going to be quiet because I'm getting that look from Sandra. So thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure and a privilege. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Yes, I know that look from Sandra well. So does Ian, her husband. We have that in common. When an organization like Fairview embarks on a development plan that was the initial vision of one leader, executed upon by another leader, and spans many years, you need to have trusted partners you can rely upon in order to navigate the many unanticipated challenges that occur. Our next Fairview Medal recipient is one such individual. She's an intelligent, personable leader in state government who blends knowledge and persistence with kindness and compassion in a way very few can. She's been a trusted friend and supporter of the entire nursing home industry and was exactly what Fairview needed as she advocated for our transformation from nursing home to senior living community. Her focus is always on the best interest of the residents we serve. And if you have the pleasure of being one of her constituents, you know that everything I'm saying is exactly on point. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium the next recipient of the Fairview Medal for 2021 for outstanding service to our organization, a true advocate for the people of the state of Connecticut, our very own State Senator Heather Summers.
Okay, we're supposed to go. I'm getting a picture before I say anything. That's great. Thank you, everyone, and good evening. I think this is actually the first medal that I've ever gotten like this, so I'm very excited tonight. I wanted to just say that I am extremely humbled by being a recipient of this great honor. It is not something that I expected until Tricia told me I was going to be receiving it, and I do what I do because I love the people of the state of Connecticut and I love the residents of Fairview. Fairview has a very special meaning to me. As a little girl, my mom was in a service sorority and we used to go there when it was the Odd Fellows. And I remember distinctly making paper flowers with what are the things that I can't even think, pipe cleaners, to give them to the residents. And I remember just running around that place with the long windows, and we used to pretend we were in a castle. So that has stuck with me, and the dedication to service has also stuck with me as I've grown into an adult. So it's funny, you heard Billy mention that Fairview was instituted in 1892. When I first got elected, 1892 was the last time that the Senate in the state of Connecticut was split 50-50. So I knew that there was something good going to come of this. It took a really long time, and it was not easy, but with the perseverance of James and Tricia and all the staff of Fairview, we were able to pass some special legislation to allow Fairview to continue its mission. And there was ups and downs, lots of phone calls to James, congratulations, by the way. But I just thought it was suiting that the last time the Senate was split was the year that the Oddfellows was instituted. So on the eve of what is one of the most tragic events in the United States, that we're here gathered today, it really has had an effect on me and a focus on the importance of service, and the service to our communities, to our local friends, to our country. And I am honored to be able to be somebody who provides service for all the residents of the state of Connecticut. It's an honor to be in that position. And when the voters had sent me back for the third time, it's very humbling that we try to do the best we can for our constituents. So as the co-chair of public health, that I've been on public health for 6 years, I see a lot of long-term care facilities because that's under our cognizance. And there are some that are not so great. But I can tell you one of the greatest places, and I'm not saying this because I'm getting this award, I truly, honestly feel this, is Fairview. I can't tell you how many times I've recommended people to go there, and I just think Fairview, the whole model that you have is actually becoming a model for the state. So all of you that had that vision deserve great congratulations, because it's very unusual to see the sort of continuum of care that you all provide, and the love and the genuine care for the residents, I have to say, because I visit a lot of long-term care facilities. So Fairview for me exemplifies the best of what we can do to support those as they age. I hope someday I get to live at Thamesview. I know my husband is already trying to pick out the curtains, by the way, because we're at that age. And I think it's important too to recognize the mission of Fairview of friendship, love, and trust. And friendship, I want to say that I am so excited that this room is filled, because I know that you are all friends of Fairview. I offer my friendship, my service to Fairview and all its residents. As far as love, I have to tell you that I have not seen the kind of love, dedication, compassion for the residents in any other facility like I've seen at Fairview. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. I know I've talked to employees directly, and they love the people they work with, and they love their job, and they love where they are, and plus the view is freaking fantastic, by the way. I'm sorry, right? So, and when it comes to trust, trust is something that's not easily gained, especially when you're a politician. You don't trust anybody. But I have to say that the residents, the people that work at Fairview, do such a good job that my husband, who doesn't trust anybody, I'm sorry, I'm picking on you, when somebody asks him, he's a doctor, where should they go? The first place he says is Fairview. And I can't tell you how many times we've had friends or people that know us through other friends that say, can you please call, can you get us in? We want to go to Fairview. And I think that's a testament to all the work that all the residents do, because it's not every day that people are saying, I'm dying to get into your long-term care facility. So you guys do an amazing job. And I would like to dedicate this medal, honestly, to all the first responders and to all the men and women that have heard their service call, and our CNAs, our OTs and PTs and the doctors and the nurses and the CNAs that work in long-term care. It is not an easy job. It takes a special person. So I wanted to dedicate this to you because I understand how hard that job is, and I think you do it phenomenally at Fairview. And the other person I would like to dedicate this to is my husband, Mark Summers, Dr. Mark Summers. We're going to stand up and give him a round of applause because he has to put up with me never being home. And he allows me to be able to do what I do to help Fairview. So thank you very much. I hope everybody opens up their pocketbooks and enjoys the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Heather and Jim. We'd like to remind you to keep bidding on auction items and purchasing cash drawing tickets. Again, you can refer to page 9 in your program to learn more about how to do this. And if you need help, please raise your hand. We have volunteers ready to help you. Okay. After this picture, we'll move along to we have a wonderful video to show you. All right, we'd now like to draw your attention back to the video screens to watch this important message.
What makes someone a helper? Does it only define those who spring into action during times of extreme tragedy like September 11th or the COVID-19 pandemic? Or does it include anyone who's willing to lend a helping hand to those in need? What is it that inspires someone to become a helper?
I care about people. I love people. I have 4 brothers, and growing up with them and caring for them just fine-tuned who I am into becoming a nurse.
And how do others see them?
My sister and I looked at 8 or 9 places for my father, and it was a pretty extensive process. We saw many different kinds of people, venues. We were very impressed with Fairview because the people were so kind. It was really clean. They seemed like they cared for their residents.
Helpers go above and beyond every day. They show us that no matter how bad something may seem, there's always positivity and there's always hope.
Hope is seeing a brighter tomorrow while walking through darkness. People that I work with come to work every day with their best attitudes, with their best intentions at heart.
They strive to inspire others and to make everyone they come in contact with feel welcome and loved. At Fairview, our entire community is made up of these extraordinary individuals. Our staff inspires positivity and hope in our residents and family members every day, and even our residents go above and beyond to lend a helping hand.
One of our residents took it upon herself to make masks for us. She saw the need, and she stepped up and did it despite where she was. Used her sewing machine and sewed masks for the employees just so we could come to work.
Fairview is a nonprofit continuum of care community in southeastern Connecticut. Without your generosity, the rising cost of healthcare paired with ever-falling federal reimbursements and significant cuts to Medicare and Medicaid will impact our residents and our community as a whole. Your gift is essential to protecting our residents and maintaining our award-winning services, which place us at the top tier of caregivers nationwide. While other options are available, many choose Fairview first.
My oldest daughter used to work at Fairview, and she says if Poppy ever has to go to a nursing home, it has to be Fairview.
Our mission at Fairview is to inspire individuals to live their best lives by embracing our culture of independence, compassion, and community. With your help, we can continue this mission for years to come. From simple gestures that make a big impact.
The people who were in the recreation department, I could just tell my father was very attached to them. He would always reach for their hand. It did make me feel comforted that he felt affection for them. It meant that he was comfortable where he was.
When he came in, he was showed signs of high blood sugar and diabetic, and the nutritional program has actually brought his blood sugar down so low that he doesn't need his diabetic meds anymore.
To ensuring the safety and well-being of our residents.
So when this outbreak first started, we were all scrambling to adhere to the guidelines, to follow the rules, to try to prevent each other from having COVID. We're washing our hands, going above and beyond, doing everything.
Daddy actually got to see his great-grandson because we did the FaceTime. My daughter took a snapshot of that. So we have a picture of my dad with the great-grandbaby in the corner. And without that, that would never have happened.
Fairview does whatever it takes to ensure that our residents are getting the best of everything. Your gift allows us to nurture our residents with engaging activities and trips. You ensure that we have top-notch equipment and professionals to assist individuals who are dealing with life-altering health events. And you help to make the transition to round-the-clock care as easy and graceful as possible for residents and their loved ones. Your gift leaves a lasting legacy for our community. Your gift gives us hope. But even a community full of helpers needs help sometimes, and we are looking to you for support. Being a helper doesn't require extreme bravery or sacrifice. It's as simple as being willing to lend a helping hand to those in need, which is what we ask of you today. In the wise words of Mr. Fred Rogers, if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope. Thank you for being a helper by supporting Fairview with a generous gift. Thank you for giving hope to our community.
I will be recognizing them. Some choose to be anonymous, that's fine, but you will look at the instructions there. You're about to receive a text on your phone from Ashley right here about how to donate on your phone. We've made it very simple, very easy, and we also have volunteers waiting. So if you raise your hand, we'll have someone come over to your table and help you out. We've made this as easy as possible. It's amazing what technology has done to this process right now. So James, everyone will get their text right now, and I'd like to turn it back over to you.
So for some of you who have attended fundraising events or gala in the past, this segment is sometimes referred to as a raise the paddle. We're going to be presenting a category for you to make a donation on. Forgive me if I use the word bid. You're not really bidding against anyone. And so if I happen to use the word bid, I just simply mean donation. But historically in a raise the paddle, you would, when we are in a certain monetary category, you'd raise the paddle from your seat and we would mark down what your donation was. But that was so 2020. We're using modern technology today to make the process more efficient and easier on all of you and all of us. Aren't we thoughtful? Please reference page 25 of your program for the category listings. We're going to open our donation category at the top, and we're going to work our way downhill. So we want you to jump in whenever you're comfortable, whenever you're capable, but there's no place like the top, is there? All right, so why don't we begin at the $2,000 donation level. and this is going to be to support off-site trips for the residents of Fairview. One of the best ways to inspire our residents and revitalize their spirit is through day trips and excursions off of our campus. While it's true we provide high-quality healthcare services to our residents while they're with us, it is a very labor-intensive and costly process to provide these trips off of our campus out into the community. Things that we all might take for granted are of a real significance for residents who live in a health center. Can you imagine not being able to get in your car whenever you want to and go take a look at a sunset or visit a beach or maybe see a horse gallop across a field or ride a river cruise? It's a beautiful world out there, and we really want to help connect our residents to it the way they once were. So if you're able, we'd like to get the donation process started at this $2,000 level. Thank you.
All right, I see people on their phone as well making texts. We do have some texts coming in. George Cassidy, I'm not reading the levels, I'm just recognizing some of the people who have already donated, and as you text your donation in, it will appear on my scroll. Jaden Murphy, thank you very much for your donation.
I think we have one coming in from the back of the room. Michael Mondello,
Thank you, Mike Mondello. Always a big Fairview supporter. Oh, has a question, all right. Mike, we'll get you a volunteer to that back table, please. On the way. If anybody would like. Dr. Malathias.
Thank you.
Yes. Justin Murphy. Kelly Sirico. I'm getting my glasses. This print is a little small, James. I don't want to miss a single name. All right, so just think about these residents, what it means for them to go off-site. I know my grandmother was a resident there, and the new Fairview bus is so beautiful. All right, Brian and Susan King, thank you very much. Dr. Edward McDermott, we thank you for your donation. Denise Knott, thank you very much. Mary Stonley, Karen Zarenda, thank you very much. Your generosity, our total is actually going up as we speak as well. So we thank you for the donations coming in. And again, if you have any questions, our volunteers are helping Mike right now. Just raise your hand and we will help you out. Michael and Karen Hines, thank you so much for your donation. Linda Kidder, thank you for supporting Fairview. We appreciate all of these donations. I know they're coming in, we're starting at the 2,000 level, but we're receiving all levels actually. So we thank you, and my list grows. Unity Rebecca Lodge 54, thank you so much to that lodge. Joseph Alessandro, thank you for your donation to Fairview. Your gift will go a long way. We're going to talk about the many needs of Fairview, right, Billy?
Yes, exactly. And, you know, just as a reminder, your bid does not have to be in sync with the categories that we're talking about. We're going to move on to our next category, which is at the $1,000 level, but it's okay. Feel free to bid at a level that you're comfortable in. These are just descriptors to help guide us through this process. So the next level is a $1,000 donation level to support dedicated hospice suites for residents and family members at Fairview. Honoring one's life journey with family and friends in a peaceful and tranquil setting is so important. Dedicated hospice suites can provide the caring environment that brings families together. By transforming semi-private rooms into private rooms, we can provide spacious and comfortable accommodations for not only the resident, but the entire family. We can purchase items like larger hospital beds, couches, comfortable chairs, soft lighting, all in a more home-like environment. This is a precious time where final words are spoken, hands are held, and hearts are healed forever. Please help us honor a resident's life journey in the best way possible by making your donations at the $1,000 level.
And I can say I said goodbye to my grandmother in that hospice room at Fairview, and it was actually a beautiful moment for my family. So I know firsthand what it's like to have that privacy and that dignity in the final days, hours, and minutes. And I'll never forget that room. Jeffrey Finman, thank you for your donation. Kelly Gigliotti, thank you. Alexis Kahn, thank you very much for your donation. We're already up to $8,000. I just wanted to let you know. So thank you. Yes, give yourself a round of applause. Mary Stonley, thank you for your donation. Karen Zarenda, thank you. My ticker just keeps going up. Maureen Bronner, I got that. Miles Brown, thank you for your donation. Everybody's so generous. We really appreciate it. George Cassidy, thank you so much. Ed and Pat Fielkowski, thank you very much. Jane Hartley, I apologize if I've read some of these before. They are going fast, and more keep getting added. James Malloy, thank you very much. Nice honor tonight. Lauren Mosca, Denise Knott, I read that one. Kelly Sirico, let's see. Elizabeth and Thomas Weeks, thank you very much for your donation. We're $50 away from reaching $8,000 exactly. So Wayne Espity, thank you very much. Jonathan Fink, we thank you. We have Anonymous, we're fine with that too. Thank you, thank you. Linda Kidder, Department Association of Atlantic Northeast LAPM. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Jaden Murphy, thank you so much. And I think I've gone down almost the whole list as it keeps updating. So, Billy, really nice to see the names. Liz Corcoran, Michelle Doty, Shauna Dracos. So much generosity coming in, and I love how this technology has just made it. We just passed $8,000. We're already at $8,050. So thank you, thank you. We know your dinner is about to come out, and you'll be able to dance and enjoy the music of the cartels as the evening goes along, but this is the key part of our program right now, and what Fairview will be able to do and the services they provide, the staff. I can't tell you enough. My grandmother was there a couple years apart. She had one fall, went back a couple years later, all the same staffers, everyone at every level of Fairview, from the nurses, the nursing supervisor, the people who cleaned her room, they were all there because Fairview is good to their residents, they're good to their people, they're good to their employees. And that was what struck us. Aside from the care, the people, the familiar faces. All right, let's see on my list what we have here. But that was so comforting to go back and say, you're still here. And they remembered my grandmother's name 2 years apart from her visits. That's how special Fairview is. All right, Miles Brown, George Cassidy, thank you. Tricia Cunningham, thank you. That is awesome. We got Nancy Driscoll, I got that one. We have Susan Fosconi, I think Susanna Fosconi, thank you very much. Sandra and Patrick Hawes, way to go, Sandra.
Thank you.
Let's see, some more anonymous.
We have a couple other levels that we're going to work through really quickly. Again, thanks for these donations. We really appreciate it. This is probably the only time you could be at a function, be at dinner, and it's not rude to be on your telephone. We greatly appreciate it. Stay on your telephone, keep those donations coming in. The next level is at the $500 amount, and it's to support a tuition fund for CNAs who help the residents at Fairview. As our healthcare industry has emerged from the pandemic, finding enough CNAs has never been more difficult. A donation of $500 is going to help us provide the cost that can sometimes be a barrier for individuals to go get certified as a CNA. We have just invested in our staff with wage increases to help us recruit and retain the very best that our healthcare industry can provide. We also have a strategic goal to raise resources so that our current CNAs who wish to go on and become nurses have some financial support to do so. Let's remove some of that financial barrier and invest in tomorrow's caregivers today. This is such a huge organizational and industry need. need, a gift of $500 would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
I'm also seeing here you can text Give 100 to the number 76278. Text Give 100 to 76278. So we've made it so easy, aside from being able to use your phone, and we thank you very much if you have donated or are in the process of donating. It looks like Mike Mondello got assistance over there, so if you need any help. And let's see, Mary Stonley. I'm trying to look for some new names. Our total's going up, so they're coming from somewhere. But so much generosity.
As long as it keeps going up, that's a very good sign.
All right, Ben Barber, thank you very much. We appreciate your donation. I'm going to keep reading these, even if I repeat some. Shauna Dracos, Nancy Driscoll, Wayne Espedy, Ed and Pat Fielkowski, Susanna Fosconi, Kelly Gigliotti, Kathy Hughes, Alexis Kahn, Brian and Susan King, Dr. Edward McDermott, Denise Knott, Amy Raymond, Mary Stonley, Mike Zerdy, Karen Zarenda, $8,500 now. Do you want to talk about another level?
Yeah, sure. So the next level to support Fairview would be at the $250 level. This is to support therapeutic services for residents. Music, massage, and art activities can help both calm and stimulate our residents, providing many benefits such as peaceful sleep, pain reduction, and improved quality of life. We have many consultants, vendors, and even our own staff who are talented in these areas. These moments help enhance the residents' daily routines, break up the monotony of everyday life, and provide something new, fun, and different. Attending a live concert or a museum is one of life's more emotionally moving events. Help us bring these services and entertainment inside the health center in order to be accessed and enjoyed by all of our residents.
I'd like to draw your attention to the picture up on the screen. Do you see that woman in the upper right in that picture? She was in memory care, and they put headphones on her and they played music, and she came alive. She came alive. That's music therapy in action right there, and that was a beautiful moment. I helped them produce a video, and that's what Fund a Need can do, just that equipment for their professionals. I don't know what memories it brought back, but watching her face light up just from that memory care, from the music, was a beautiful moment. Okay, let me check in with my list. Linda Kidder. We have Bob Labanera. Did I pronounce that right? Okay, Bob, thanks. Nice to see you again. Ben Barber. Shauna Dracos. Oh, we're already over 9,000 now, Billy.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we're down to our last category now. So if you have not yet had a chance to dip your toes in the water, now would be your last chance to jump in at the $100 level. Each May, the long-term care industry in Fairview celebrate National Nursing Home Week. Pizza and ice cream trucks, entertainment, high-stakes bingo, special dining experience with themed meals are all just a few examples of this fun-filled week. It's a perfect opportunity to bring positive attention to our organization and to the industry at large. It's like our industry's birthday party week. So if you could help us celebrate and throw the best party we possibly can, that would be greatly appreciated. Everyone deserves to feel special at times.
Laura Feldman, thank you very much. Innie E. Yang, thank you very much. We have some new names here. Let's see, Megan Nelson, thank you very much. Edna Nortis, thank you very much. We appreciate your donation. Warren and Bonnie Smith, thank you, thank you. Mike Zerdy, thank you very much. For just rounding $9,500 right in this room, right from your generosity tonight. So thank you so much.
No dessert until we top $10,000. No dessert until we top $10,000.
Said like a true boss, right? All right, let's see what else we've got here. Yes, Ini In Yang. Denise Kennedy, thank you very much. Theologo Malachias. Jeff Palmer, thank you. That's my husband's name, but I know he's not here, so there's another one. Thank you, Jeff Palmer. All right. We're now over 9,500. All right, we're getting close to that dessert, 10,000.
$10,000 or no dessert. Let's go, folks, just a little bit more.
As dinner comes out, and the dessert looks very good, by the way. Jeffrey Finman, thank you. Michael and Karen Hines, thank you. Denise Kennedy, thank you. Again, Department Association of Atlantic Northeast, LAPM. Thank you. Karen Zarenda. All right, we are getting there. $9,600. All right, we'll keep this going a little while longer. We're approaching our goal. We've come a long way in just a few minutes here, raising money for so many good programs, needs and desires, and equipment at Fairview to give the residents the best quality of life they could possibly have in a beautiful, clean facility. Oh, yes. Mike Mondello's name just came through. Thank you, Mike. All right, we'll keep our eye. We're still at 9,600. Mark Young, thank you very much for your donation. Again, the Unity Rebecca Lodge 54, we appreciate that. Very generous. Maureen Bronner. Liz Corcoran, thank you for your donation. Laura Feldman, thank you, thank you. Denise Kennedy, Linda Kidder. All right. Edna Nortis, I think I read that one. Thanks again, Ed. We need just a little bit more to end this part of the program. Mike Zerdy, thank you. $9,600.
We're almost there. Just another $400. We need 4 individuals with $100 donations to put us over the top.
You can text Give 100 to 76278. 76278. 76278. Text Give 100. It's that easy on your phone. Megan Nelson. Thank you. Amy Raymond. Mary Stonley. Elizabeth and Thomas Weeks. I think you're on here twice. Double thank you. Okay, $9,800. $9,800, Billy.
Okay, so we are going to go on faith and goodwill that over the next...
Oh, Craig Battisto. I just got another name. Craig Battisto.
Over the next maybe 15 minutes, we're going to reach our goal. We know dinner is being served to a few tables still haven't received it. And so we're going to let you enjoy your dinner, enjoy your cocktails, and I'll be back up to the podium in about 10, 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Please give yourself a round of applause. That was a wonderful donation. Oh, we just hit 10,000. Thank you. There you go. Awesome.
If I could just have everyone's attention one final time to close out the program. I need a helper at every table to take responsibility to quiet the conversation at your table. There's got to be a leader amongst each of you. We've run out of alcohol and the bar is closing. All right, now that I have your attention, I just want to close with a few words of thanks. There's a couple of more people that I want to make sure that they receive their proper credit. First of all, our MC for tonight's evening, Lisa Carberg from WTNH TV, Channel 8. Not one, but two of Lisa's grandmothers were at Fairview receiving care, and so she has a very personal connection with our organization. Special thanks needs to go out to members of the Gala committee who worked really hard for a very long time to put this event together. They make it easy for somebody like me to get dressed, come to a podium, and just do what I'm told to do. But they really are the workers behind the scenes who make this happen. I'd like to ask the members of the Gala committee to briefly stand so that we could give you a round of applause. They are Sandra Hawes, Director of Marketing and Independent Living, Ashley Lane, Marketing Coordinator, Matt Cowles from the group formerly known as Schuster, Alexis Kahn of Chelsea Groton Bank, Joe Pierpoli, Noble Grand of the Oddfellows Stonington Lodge, Mary Sepowitz of the Oddfellows Stonington Lodge, and David Brown, volunteer and forever friend of Fairview. Thank you to this remarkable crew who worked so hard for so long to make tonight's event such a great success. We're over our target of $10,000, which is just remarkable. Thank you so much. But that doesn't even represent our total. When it all comes in from the sponsorships and the ads, it's just going to be an amazingly successful evening. I must also thank a few more people, Fairview's employees who volunteered their time behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, both before tonight and during tonight's event. And so could this group please stand up so we could recognize you? Alex, Beth, Denise, Kate, Katie, Jaden, Jason, Liz, Mary, Nicole, and Tanya. We appreciate you guys so much. Please stand. We're going to now conclude this portion of the program in the spirit of friendship, love, and truth. Feel free to keep the donations coming in. Thanks, everyone, so much. Pretty soon, the cartels are going to be up here, and they're going to get the dance floor open. For now, I want you to enjoy your meals, have a cocktail, and thank you very, very much for supporting Fairview. Have a great evening.